So the idea of Dad Cars started about 20 years ago when Seth and I were in college, and this was, I guess, before we ever had kids. We became friends, and we knew we would become parents at some point. So we were talking about this even at. So the idea of Dad Cards really started about 20 years ago when Seth and I were in college. We were just married, and it was something that came up when we would get together for dinner with our wives. We would talk about when we were going to have kids and how we would raise them. And then time goes by, of course, and over the years we started having kids. And during this time, we became avid readers, and we would talk and have long phone conversations and email conversations and chat conversations during work about the things we were learning. And part of the reason for that was because as we had kids, they became the most pressing and most important thing in our lives. So we would want to pass the things that we were learning on to them. Sometimes that was tough because, you read a nonfiction book and it's a big, thick book with complex ideas, and being able to distill that down into a conversation and make time for it and interest our kids in it, it was a challenge, especially, after a long day of work when you're tired. So a couple of years ago, we were out hiking in the Sawtooth Mountains together and just kind of throwing around these ideas. And our kids were getting older. I think Max at this time, my oldest, was 13 or 14. And the time started feeling pressing. So we wanted to really be deliberate about taking whatever wisdom we had gained from whatever sources we had and condensing it into something that we could actually take action on and use with our kids. And so that was the beginning of Dad Cards. We didn't know there would be cards at the time. We didn't know how we wanted to do it. We were just brainstorming. But that was where the spark of the idea came from.